We have breaking news that we have to talk about. Laura Rudy first reported this. News 12 also on this. Multiple shots fired at Roosevelt Field. It says police are all over Roosevelt Field Mall after multiple shots fired. The mall is under lockdown. EMS is checking for people with bullets. ESU is working the scene. Reported 2 suspects leaving the crime scene by the Nordstrom garage. A witness say a dispute broke out inside the second-floor garage where the incident is reported originally. Chopper is heading there for vehicle search. So Channel 12 has this. They have a report on the scene. Let's see. They spent 2 minutes on it, so I'm glad Channel 12 is covering this, and we're going to actually play this right now. Let's go. News 12, I'm glad you're actually doing something right tonight.
Tonight here on News 12, a police investigation now underway outside of Roosevelt Field Mall in Garden City. News 12's Gino Ganelli is at the scene with the
That is not a safe mall anymore.
Yeah, thanks, Ian. As you mentioned, outside of the Roosevelt Fields Mall in Garden City, outside of the Nordstroms right now, where there were reports of shots fired just before 7 p.m. this evening. Now, the police department, the reports are that the police department is looking for a Mercedes E300 with an NJ plate that states W22PR8. A black male that was driving that vehicle wearing a white hoodie, a beanie hat, a black mask, and black sweatpants. And the report is that he fled towards the Meadowbrook. Again, none of this is confirmed at this point. We did speak to a couple people here in the parking lot, 2 of which actually work in the Nordstroms, but were on break at the time. They told us that they believed that, or what they had heard, was that there was a shootout on the second floor of the Nordstroms. Again, unconfirmed at this
point.
Right
by the bus stop.
Others we spoke with, the police are currently investigating some shell casings that were found on the left side of the Nordstrom's building. If you're looking at the building towards the parking garage, there is a police presence in the parking garage as well at this point. As you can tell, behind me, there's a heavy police presence and all around the building, really. There's been multiple people who are in handcuffs behind me right now, but at this time, we do not know their relation to this incident. We did just see members of the police also going into the Nordstroms. Again, all of this is unconfirmed at this point. We don't have any confirmed details, but we will bring you what we have when we do have
I changed buses there.
That's all I have in Garden City.
And this happened around 7 p.m. Usually I'm there a little later, but still.
Gino. And you can, of course, continue to follow this story on our website, news12.com, as well as on our News 12 app. We'll also bring you the latest updates tonight, of course, on the news at 10.
It's really getting scary here in the middle of the island, guys. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. Let's see what other information we have. Daily Voice doesn't have anything on this right now. Let's see about Nassau County Police. Do they have anything on it? Let's see if Nassau County Police has anything on it. No. So the only report we really have is from News 12, and News 12 is actually doing a good job tonight covering this. It happened 7 p.m., so they actually came on and they did it. This is a very bad situation. All right, and we've got a lot of other crimes to talk about here. Let's go to this one here. It's all middle of the island mostly. Man wanted for robbing woman while putting child inside a car in Commack. Police are asking the public for assistance for identifying a man who allegedly robbed a woman while she was putting her child inside a car on Long Island. The incident took place 2:30 p.m. Tuesday, February 15th in the parking lot of the Michaels in Commack. The man struck the woman in the head from behind while she was putting her 2-year-old daughter in the car. He then pulled out what appeared to be a gun and ordered the woman into the back seat. The man took the victim's cell phone and demanded the keys. The woman pressed the panic button on the key fob, and the man fled, taking the woman's phone. The man is being described as Hispanic, 6 feet and approximately 50 years old. He was wearing a green sweater and mask over the bottom of his face. This happened in Commack at 2:30 p.m., broad daylight. It did happen back in February. Now, we're going to look and see where this is. Obviously, you all know where Roosevelt Field is. That incident at Roosevelt Field took place right over here. Right by Nordstrom. So the parking lot's right here. Bus stop, very close to where I change buses there. Very scary. So anyway, let's show you where this is in Commack. The Michaels. I believe it's this whole shopping center here. Let's see. I'll Google it right here. Michaels. All right. So, yeah, it's right in this shopping center. This is where it is. So this is where it happened right here. Commack is, used to be a safe area, but the problems are starting to come into Commack now. It's all the middle of the island that's dealing with all these issues. So let's get back. We got even more to talk about here. We got a whole lot of crime to talk about. One suspect apprehended, 2 at large after forcible Long Island robbery. 1 man is in custody and 2 suspects are at large following a forcible robbery on Long Island. A 56-year-old man was at his Uniondale home located at Doria Avenue with a woman shortly before 5 p.m. on Monday, April 4th. A spokesman from the Nassau County Police Department said, and as the latter was leaving his home, she called a man to notify him that she was leaving. It is alleged that 2 men, both of whom knew the victim, then arrived at the home and then forcibly entered the residence. Police said that once inside the home, the one suspect began to strangle the victim while the other went upstairs to grab a lockbox with cash and a Kabar knife inside. The 2 men then fled on foot and the victim called police. According to investigators, detectives identified Uniondale resident Irvin Morrison, age 58, as the suspect, and he was arrested without incident for his role in the robbery. While he was being arrested, police said that Morrison was found to be in possession of an alleged heroin. During the incident, police said the victim suffered bruising on his neck, though he refused medical attention at the scene. The second man and woman are still at large and have not been apprehended. Morrison was charged with third-degree robbery, 2 counts of second-degree robbery, first-degree robbery, second-degree burglary, grand larceny, criminal possession of a controlled substance, and he was arraigned on April 5th. So let's see, we got those crimes. Man nabbed for multiple car thefts across Long Island. Igmar Connell, age 32, was arrested by Nassau County Police on Monday, April 4th in Queens. A thorough investigation that he was responsible for a burglary at the Cedarhurst Department of Public Works, as well as the following car thefts. February 5th, County Auto Repair, North Lawrence. Department of Public Works, Cedarhurst. And that was a 2015 Ford F-250. 2020 Dodge Ram 550. K&G Auto Garage, North Lawrence. 2008 Chrysler Town and Country. Most of these are in North Lawrence, which is not a nice area, by the way. Even though it's on the South Shore, it's not a nice area. Raymore and Flanagan Warehouse, North Lawrence, Freight Delivery Truck, and County Auto Repair, North Lawrence and Infinity. So detectives also discovered that Carnell, a resident of Queens, had removed a power wash and equipment from Reese Motor Cars dealership on Tuesday, March 1st. Cornell was located by police at his residence in Queens and placed under arrest without incident. At the time of his arrest, he was found to be in possession of a key fob for the stolen 2011 Infiniti M37. He's charged with burglary, 2 counts of grand larceny, second degree, 3 counts of grand larceny, third degree petite larceny, criminal possession of stolen property. And he was arraigned yesterday, so hopefully he wasn't let out, but you never know. You never know with that, all right? Okay, we covered that with the East Meadow thing, I believe, already. So let's go back to News 12 here, because there's more crime going on that apparently we've got to find only on News 12, apparently. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's see if we can find this. Okay, Wall Street slashing case. Another slashing in the subway. They're starting to cover the city, the crime news in the city now. Again, here you go. Wanted for assault at 6:05 a.m. on the 5th inside the Wall Street subway station. The suspect slashed a 43-year-old man in the face and neck with a box cutter after a verbal dispute. So the subways are as dangerous as ever. Here he goes. Of course, jumps the turnstile. What else is new? That's him right there. So another one that probably has a rap sheet and probably should be in jail. All right, it's just another example of what we got going on in the city, and we're going to talk about that too. All right. It's another crime they covered here too that they couldn't find anywhere else either. We're going to have to go back here. It was something in Middle Island that happened, or was it Quorum? It's funny, I don't see it on the website. Don't see it on the website. Unbelievable. But there was a robbery, there was a burglary in Quorum. Daily Voice, you'd think they would have it here. They don't even have it. That's unbelievable. Well, it's not really... Daily Voice has been slacking lately. You know, they haven't been covering stuff. So let's see if we can find this Quorum burglary. It happened. Yep. Nope. We don't have it. So, again, another story on Channel 12 that's not on the website. I don't understand it. Basically, what wound up happening was I'll have to reiterate the facts from the story for you because I did watch it, and I can sort of remember what they had. It happened somewhere over here in Quorum. I think it was on Middle Country Road. It was, I think, this house right here was for somebody. It was somebody who was storing some equipment in there for an Easter festival, and it was a mix of photography equipment, gifts, Easter themed things that were stolen. I think it was this building right here. Unbelievable that News 12 does not have it on their website. I don't understand why they don't have everything they put on the air on their website. I don't understand how hard that is, but apparently they also don't have the other thing going on. And of course, they spent plenty of time on this, which I will criticize them with. It's unnecessary to spend 2 minutes and 26 seconds because you know why. It's Long Beach, of course. They're gonna talk about that. But yeah, it's annoying. I can't find the link to. Unbelievable. I don't understand it. I'll try this News 12 Quorum. Maybe that'll work. Nothing. Nope. Nothing. Oh well, that's just older crime there that you see. So anyway, so that's the story in Quorum from what I can remember. Let's go to the latest from the city now. CBS New York talking about some more crime again. A suspect setting fire inside a Brooklyn bar. All right. There's another one here.
Jump into a world of...
I'm not going to play that commercial. But you have that. You go to NBC New York. There's the arsonist again in Brooklyn. 70-year-old woman randomly beaten and randomly stabbed in the back in midday in Midtown. No, it says midday. All right, so where's this? Let's see where this happened. So police are looking for a man, possibly in his 20s, who randomly stabbed a 70-year-old woman in the back in a sneak attack on a Brooklyn sidewalk last week, making the latest in a series of what appear to be escalating unprovoked crimes across the city. Authorities said Wednesday when the woman was walking along near 8th Avenue up to 3rd Street just after 1 p.m., Wednesday when someone came from behind her and stabbed her with something. No words were exchanged. The woman couldn't even see her attacker. The woman is expected to be okay, though, that she did lose a lot of blood in the attack. And here's a little video clip of what happened here. That's the suspect right there. I guess they're zooming on. It's probably just another freaking bum again. You got all these unstable bums all over the place.
Breaking news out of Queens where a man has died after falling down a shaft at a construction site.
So you have all these things going on in the city here. And then we get to the latest on Eric Adams. Let's get to that, which I didn't even put on the screen. This should be it. Yeah, this. Another foot in the moment. It's so obvious that Eric Adams is not serious about getting the crime under control. This article here from the New York Post, which a friend sent me. No, not New York Post, New York Daily News, which is, I can't read it, so we have to actually look at it on the screen. Luckily, they were able to scan it for me or copy it or whatever. Adams says it's not broken windows. Insists quality of life focus isn't a throwback to the era of Rudy and Bloomerg. So that's a big mistake. There you go. That's exactly what we need back in the city. This guy doesn't get it. This guy is Dinkins 2.0. It's unbelievable. So let's read this. Mayor Adams defended his approach to public safety on Sunday, rejecting suggestions that he's bringing back controversial broken windows policing. So he's not bringing back broken windows. The city's surge in violent crime prompted Adams to launch a crackdown last month on quality of life offenses like public urination and drinking, recalling the NYPD's broken windows approach in the Giuliani and Bloomerg years of trying to prevent serious crime by going after lesser offenses. Adams said New Yorkers should have faith in him. I do not have faith in him. That he is not just rebranding the highly controversial policy, which critics said led to people targeting people of color at disproportionately high rates, which is a bunch of BS. As you know, it's a bunch of BS. All right? It's just a bunch of liberal BS. All right? No, we need to go back to those days. That's exactly what the city needs right now. We need another Rudy Giuliani. This guy ain't cutting it. He ain't getting the thugs off the streets. It's important for people to say, well, let's look at who's implementing the proper use of dealing with the quality of life, Eric Adams, the mayor, said on CBS Face the Nation. I was a leading voice that testified in federal court about the overuse of police tactics. Now I'm in charge of that police department, Adams said. We're going to make sure we don't have disorder in our city where we are going to lawfully show people that this is a city where the quality of life is important. Well, he's had over 3 months, and the quality of life keeps getting worse. Adams has bristled at critics' use of the phrase broken windows to describe his strategy, saying at a March 25th news conference that we are not going to the policing that I fought to change. So you got to look at his record, all right? So he may have been a cop, but now he don't support the police. No, he supports the thugs, all right? On Sunday, he reiterated calls. I mean, he was trying to get advice from Lori Lightfoot. This guy is like Dinkins and Lori Lightfoot wrapped into some kind of incompetent fool. On Sunday, he reiterated calls for more assistance from the federal government. He called for a crackdown on ghost guns. Again, a lot of these bums aren't using guns to hurt people. Again, with the focus on the guns. What about the knives? You know, you got to get the criminals off the streets. That's the problem, Mayor. You're so upset or worried about the guns. The guns don't go shooting people by themselves. No, it's the damn criminals that get a hold of guns and other weapons and hurt people with them. So he says that people can assemble on their own. Obviously, we know what ghost guns are. Since taking office at the start of the year, Adams has collaborated with the White House and other mayors on tackling gun violence. He said he had met with President Biden and his chief of staff, Ron Klain, on Saturday to discuss the issue. We're waiting for the president and the White House to continue to do good things that they are doing. I have to do the things we must do on the ground in New York City, and that's what we're doing. And guess what? It's not working. The crime is only getting worse, and it's not even the summer yet. And us in the middle of the island are suffering because of this guy's incompetence, because the criminals are coming to the middle of the island. All those crimes are, almost every single one of them is in the middle of the island. Right? Roosevelt Field. A lot of these people are coming from the city. They're coming from out of state. It's all in the middle of the island. Well, the South Shore avoids most of it. We know it's all part of the plan. All right? We know that already. This guy, I give up with this guy. This guy is Dinkins 2.0. He is turning out to be a worse mayor than Bill de Blasio even. I can't even believe I'm saying it. You know, he doesn't get it. We need stop, question, and frisk back, all right? If somebody is walking like a thug, they're dressed like a thug, and they're acting like a thug, well, guess what? There's a good chance that they're a thug. There's a good chance that they're up to no good, about to commit a crime. There's a good chance that they have already they're already somebody who's committed a crime and on the run. There's a good chance of that. Stop throwing race into it. It has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with the way people behave. Once you throw race in it, once you become race baiting, then that's it. This guy, I have no use for this guy at all. No use for him. And I feel bad for everybody stuck in New York City with this fool for another 4 years. It's unbelievable. Really is. Should have known. I should have known. You know? But again, I don't live in New York City. So I did a little research. It seemed like he looked good, but this guy obviously ain't going to do a damn thing to get these thugs off the streets. That's for sure. And that leads us to our next thing with bail reform. Albany lawmakers getting ready to overhaul bail reform laws. Lawmakers in Albany are getting ready to overhaul bail reform laws. They want to make it easier to hold repeat offenders and to set bail for a larger number of crimes. But CBS 2's political reporter Marsha Kramer says that the proposed changes face pushback. More jail doors will be closing on those charged with gun crimes, hate crimes, and repeat offenders as the legislature gets set to vote on a bail reform package that sources say will also clarify the discretion judges have to set bail. The overhaul, which top lawmakers said was unthinkable just a few weeks ago, is expected to be voted by the end of the week as part of a new state budget. Sources tell CBS 2 that a major element in the tentative deal worked out by Governor Kathy Hochul with lawmakers are new roles for dealing with mentally ill defendants. And I'm sorry this thing just keeps bouncing around. Allowing judges to voluntarily or involuntarily send them for psychiatric evaluation and treatment. Sources say there will also be funds for new psychiatric beds and new safe haven beds. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo closed 600 beds in New York City over the past several years. I am absolutely in favor of devoting more funds in the budget for mental health with respect to its connection with crime, said Jeffrey Cohen, who retired last year as a judge in the appellate division in Brooklyn. Will it help dealing with the rising crime that we've been seeing? It should. The question is, are these outpatient facilities. Because if they're outpatient facilities, and a lot of these people are just put in rooming houses and apartments with very little supervision, it's not going to help. They need to be in institutions. The institutions like they close, like the institutions in Kings Park and institutions at Pilgrim, that's where they have to be because they're too violent and unstable to live on their own, unsupervised. Will it help with the rising crime we've been seeing? It should, Cohen said. So the most controversial changes in the 2019 law have to do with increasing the number of offenses which judges can set bail. Sources say the bill is expected to allow judges to set bail for more hate crimes, certain repeat offenders, and more gun cases. Additionally, to be charged with gun trafficking, a person will reportedly need to only have 2 guns instead of 5. So again, I still don't think it goes far enough. It's an improvement, but it doesn't go far enough. Again, the emphasis on the guns. You don't need a gun to kill someone. Look at the bum that pushed that woman to her death in Midtown on the subway. He didn't have a gun. Brooklyn Assemblywoman Latrice Walker, who has been on a hunger strike to prevent the changes, issued a statement saying these proposals will roll back progress the state has made toward ending the criminalization of poverty and do nothing to advance public safety. The people who are low income and are living in poverty are the ones that have to deal with most of this crime. It's such a freaking hypocrite. One thing that not included in the overhaul is a proposal made by both the governor and mayor Eric Adams to allow judges to consider dangerousness in setting bail. So again, they can't. So this is a big problem here. Suffolk County State Legislature Phil Boyle says he doesn't understand it since 49 other states have dangerousness laws. So again, they can't look at the dangerousness of someone. So this is not going far enough. This is not going far enough, and it's not going to do enough. It's going to fall short. All right. Again, New York has the most liberal bail laws in the nation, and we're going to continue to have the most liberal bail laws in the nation. I think Governor Kathy Hochul can lose her re-election based on this issue alone because of all the Republicans in the state. A lot of independents in the state and many Democrats feel that this bail reform law must be completely repealed. Boyle points out that a red wave swept the state last year with Republicans using bail reform to oust a number of Democrats. And honestly, I think and I hope that it's going to happen in November. Republicans took over Nassau and Suffolk County district attorney offices, and Republican Bruce Blakeman became the Nassau County executive. Sources tell CBS 2 the final touches are being put on the bill, which could be voted on by Friday. So this bill is going to still not do enough. And again, it's all part of the plan, the big plan that is going on is, let these criminals out, put them in the middle of the island in all the working class areas, redline this whole middle of the island area all the way out. Or let's redline the whole damn thing all the way out. Most of the city is redlined. So you're just going to have this whole, just one big, and I hate to include part of Staten Island, but just one big, just area that's just going to be undesirable, all right? And they're going to put all the problems here, all of them, all right? All the problems are going to be here, all right? And those are and then all the areas that are going to be taken care of on the north and the south shore to some extent. And Commack's really part of that red area. I should have actually made that a lot bigger, actually. So we're gonna scratch that and we're gonna redraw it again. And let's talk about all the crimes that we went over here, all right, in this list, all right? We had Roosevelt Field here, Commack here, Quorum, which is over here, Uniondale. I'll put Long Beach in. But they're all, think about all the crimes that have happened lately. We're all in the middle of the island. Oh, there was that stabbing in Brentwood, the train station. It's all the middle of the island. It's getting all this. This whole middle of the island area, at least out this far, is just getting redlined. Whole thing, man. And it's all, again, part of the plan. This is how the plan works. Dump all the problems in the middle of the island areas, all the problems, all the trash. All right, all the poop. You know the deal. All the poop. All of it. And, and the only areas that are going to be safe are going to be areas that we're not allowed to live on, the South Shore and the North Shore. It's all part of the. It's actually should make that light green, but It's all just part of the plan. That's how the plan works. You know, that's how it works. And, you know, that's how they price us out. That's how they ruin our areas while only taking care of areas for a certain demographic. That's how it all works, and it's all about the South Shore. Look at this. Taste of the South Shore. It's all about the South Shore. Gatsby on the ocean. It's just, you know, it's just all about the South Shore. You know, so this is what's going on, and what's going to continue. This is all part of the plan that we're dealing with. So with that, that's going to wrap up this video, and Long Island is going to suffer with more and more crime, and it's going to get harder and harder to survive in the middle of the island. Yeah, it's going to get worse and worse. If I can't, like I said, if this continues to spiral out of control, and I can't get a place in the enclave, the last lifeboats like Rockville Center, Lynbrook, part of Oceanside, East Rockaway, you know, I'll even consider Babylon already, but, you know, if I can't get a lifeboat, I have to jump the ship, and I'm going to have to be sailing over to New Jersey. I'm not going to be too happy about it. So, but that's how the plan works, and I'm going to keep fighting against this damn plan. I'm sick of it. This governor's got to go. No, you know, I got to keep making videos about this because we have a primary coming up, and you know, Suozzi's got to become the nominee. If he doesn't, then I'm going to have to vote for Lee Zeldin, who's probably going to be the Republican nominee. And if Zeldin doesn't win the election, then it's going to be getting very, very hard for us with the crime. Again, it's just too many of these damn thugs on the streets. Hochul just closed prisons. They're not serious about stopping this crime. They're not serious about it. You go, News 12, and there's so much crime going on in the city. People are afraid to go to the city because of it. I mean, go to News 12, the Bronx, and talk about it. The city is getting ruined. Go to News 12, the Bronx. You'll see. They had a story about the crime. You know, they cover the crime here. You know, there's a lot of crime going on in the city. People are afraid to go to the city. Of course, I can't find it on their website. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, Alex Jones, who cares about him? He's a freaking... Talk about a nut job. That's somebody who should be locked up. Yeah, this is the story here. NYPD releases new statistics. I'll share this with you as well. As violence increases around the city. So, you know, it's just continuing to get worse. And the summer's not even here yet. God help us get through this summer. Especially if it gets bad in the middle of the island. But I got kidney stones to deal with. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.